Hi guys, I wanted to do a flip through and explanation of the Cultural Issues Volume 1, Creation, Evolution, and the Bible, which is a high school apologetics course, and using the answers book number 1. So you see I only have number 1 here because this is just jammed full of wonderful information, and I want there to be understanding of this instead of jamming it all into 1 year. So we are actually spreading this course out over 2 years, and I'm giving a full year high school credit for each book. So this will be 1 credit, and book 2 will be 1 credit. So I decided to spread this course out 1 semester, which they have the planning section. Let me get the suggested daily schedule here. So we are completing just 1 semester in 1 whole school year. So I took like the first semester and I used my Mardell's A Simple Plan Planner planning pages in the front, and I broke up the reading even further than what it has by spreading it out over 2 or 3 days over the school year. So you guys can screenshot this if you guys want to use my same plan here. And this is kind of how I spread it out over the whole school year. And this is something, my child won't do this independently, my high schooler. And it's not that they couldn't. My high schooler could do this independently. We just choose not to because I still like to have a course or two like that I am doing with my child to continue on having that relationship and having that discussion and everything. So answers book 1. Let me go to the table of contents. And then this is from Answers in Genesis, and Master Books came up with this workbook, and they pull this in. So we just love Answers in Genesis with Master Books for our apologetics. So here's the table of contents, what they will be going over for the whole school year, and then different chapters I'll go through because you'll have some of the samples online of the front, but here you go. Just, it's going to be packed full of wonderful information in here. We're just really excited to be diving in and just having those answers and preparing our children to stand firm on God's word. We just love Answers in Genesis and Master Books for our apologetics. So you can see there's a lot of pages in here, a lot of great information that we just did not want to fly through. We wanted to have enough time to chew on it and understand it. So let's see how many pages are there. So it even has a glossary in the back. So it looks like there's 353 pages in this book. And then here it looks like, so here for Answers book 1. And so these are things like, for example, like this here are the answer keys for it that I ripped out of the back here. And I stapled together, and I keep that on my cart because I like to have it open while we're discussing. So the way I do this, my oldest and I will take turns reading the day's papers out of here, the pages. Then we will, this says on day 2, which I have on here, we're good. Yep, on day 2, we're going to finish reading what we need to. Then we're going to go into this. So what I will do is I will ask this question, see what my child's answer is. If it's correct, they'll write it down. If it's wrong, we'll discuss it. And then they'll write the correct answer down. So that's kind of what we even did with the Introduction to Logic course. So we just had it for open discussion with the questions and everything. And then here you can use the glossary to go in the back and define those words. So here's a look of what the inside of the workbook looks like. And so with this, typically I will probably give a point value for each worksheet completed to kind of, so this here, that's how I will come up with like a daily grade. So then this is Answers book 2. So this here is what your child will complete if you break this up over 2 years, what they will complete worksheet wise. And here's the second part. Let me go to back here where I have this flag in here. And then here's some practical tests so you can kind of have an idea of what this looks like. And it's still on book 1. And we'll see about this, whether or not I have it independently or if it's, again, something that we're going to discuss through. And then you have the answers here, which is great. So then I don't have to come up with the answer. But we just love answers in Genesis and master books for apologetics. So this is what we're doing for apologetics for high school. If you have any questions about it, please let me know. Leave your comments down below. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and happy homeschooling.